What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here, and welcome to our daily show where we update you on the fourth stimulus check update, as well as what's going on in the world. And speaking of what's going on in the world, we're going to start with an absolutely crazy story that I didn't believe at first. I seen it first on Facebook. I seen some people talking about it. I was like, yeah, right. And then I looked into it, and it was actually true, and I triple, quadruple confirmed it, and yeah. Let's jump right in. Don't forget to hit the like button, and here we go. The Pentagon confirms that a video taken by the US Navy is indeed a UFO. Yes, it's true. US Defense Department says images of a blinking triangular object in the sky and other UFOs were taken by Navy personnel in 2019. So yeah, the Pentagon and the US Navy, the navies who actually took the footage, confirms that this is a UFO. Let me know, do you believe in UFOs? Do you believe in other forms? Do you think there's other people out there anywhere in the universe? There's a famous quote. Let me know if you know what movie this is from. If it's just us, seems like an awful lot of wasted space. Let me know if you know what movie that is from. If you know what movie that's from, you're a true movie buff, and we're on the same wavelength. I love that movie. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. It's an oldie, but a goodie, and a long one too. But yeah, this is confirmed by the Navy and the Pentagon, and this was above the clouds. So, well, one of those different footages was. So I don't think it could have been a drone. You know, somebody just flying a drone because yeah. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Okay, multiple stimulus items to update you guys on today. Number one, we have another group calling for a fourth stimulus check. It seems like by the day we get more and more groups of people and also lawmakers and congressmen and congresswomen coming on board calling for a fourth stimulus check to be added into the infrastructure package before all is said and done. The latest group of people calling for a fourth stimulus check, the Economic Security Project, says, quote, "We need at least one more check. The case for a fourth stimulus check payment." A new bank rate survey found people mostly plan to use the $1,400 checks on monthly expenses, day-to-day essentials, and paying down debt and savings. Many respondents to that survey said the money would last less than 3 months, if that long. I know a lot of people say that their third stimulus check is already gone. They done paid it on bills, and that thing is far away as that UFO. Quote, "We need one more check at least," said Adam Rubin, campaign director of the Economic Security Project. In the past year, 3 rounds of stimulus checks, payments of $1,200, $600, and $1,400, helped to raise the income by 20% for the lowest income households, according to the Economic Security Project's new report. Moreover, the $1,400 checks will keep 11 million people out of poverty this year, according to their research. In comparison, the new expanded unemployment benefits will help keep less than 4 million people out of poverty. Quote, "Evidence from the last year shows these stimulus checks to be the fastest and most impactful investment helping Americans get through the crisis, lifting more people out of poverty than any other single policy." We also have a new report out for the month of March that says retail sales by March spiked up by 9.8%. So almost 10% retail sales suddenly went up. Why would that be? Because of the stimulus checks. This is actually very good news because lawmakers in Congress look to see if things like this go up when they pass stimulus checks, because the worst thing they want to see is people saving the money. I know, as weird as that sounds, they want these stimulus checks to do several different things. They want to help the people pay their bills, pay their rent, pay for food, pay for necessities, and they also want to stimulate the economy. The stimulus checks are really for multiple different things. They go to you, but they also go to stimulate the economy and help businesses keep their employees, small businesses, help them stay afloat, and really the pumping of money to people when in time of need goes and gets spent multiple different times. You go, you say you spend it on groceries, the grocery store then pays for product and they pay their employees. That employee gets their paycheck and then goes and pays their rent. And then the mortgage company then pays their employee and so on and so forth. So seeing retail sales go up by almost 10% in March. And remember, most people probably got their checks in April. The first kind of batch or so got it in March. Well, about half and half. Half got it in March, half got it in April. So we'll probably see another spike in April. And this is good economic data for lawmakers in Congress to say, hey, look, we are helping the economy. This is working. And this is one more reason or two more reasons to add a fourth stimulus check into the infrastructure package. More and more people and groups by the day as the third stimulus check starts to drift away in the distance, even though some people are still waiting on their third stimulus check. More and more people are coming on board the farther away the third stimulus check gets, calling for a fourth stimulus check and for President Biden to include it in the infrastructure package. Remember, we already have two different bills from the Democrats, one from the Senate and one from the House. The bill from the Senate is comprised of, well, Democratic senators, as they're likely going to pass this package without any Republican support again, just like the third stimulus check package. The bill from the senators, Democratic senators, Ed Markey and Elizabeth Warren, who are the co-authors, are pushing for President Joe Biden to include $2,000 monthly stimulus checks until the pandemic is over. There's about half of the Democratic senators that are in support of this already. And this is what the third stimulus check really still going out to some people, as the majority of people who haven't got their third stimulus checks yet will likely be receiving them in the mail. I don't see another direct deposit for the third stimulus check. I don't know if they're going to do another direct deposit. I will keep you updated on that. But if you haven't received your third stimulus check yet, it's very likely that you will receive it in the mail, even if you're on a direct deposit. So check the IRS Get My Payment tool. If it still shows status unavailable, try changing your address to all capitals, or try changing it to format your street address in a different way, or go actually see how the IRS spells your address and what type of capitals they put in there on your most recent letter from the IRS. That and the all capital trick is kind of the easiest way to have the IRS Get My Payment tool show you more information about your check if it says status unavailable. The bill from the House from Representatives Rashida Tlaib and also Representative Jayapal is for a $2,000 one-time stimulus check, followed by $1,000 monthly recurring stimulus checks for 1 year until the pandemic is over, plus 1 year. Representative Rashida Tlaib is kind of one of the most outspoken person pushing for a monthly recurring stimulus check in this next package. She's been one of your best advocates if you're in favor of the monthly stimulus checks. I get asked all the time, Jimmy, do you think there will be a fourth stimulus check in this next package? I absolutely do think that there will be at least a single stimulus check at the bare minimum. If they negotiate it down, they start with monthly and then negotiate it down. I think that's kind of the worst case scenario that we will see a fourth stimulus check in there. I really think for multiple reasons. I think one, Biden really doesn't want to have less stimulus checks than his predecessor, former President Donald Trump. I think President Biden wants to at least match what President Trump put in stimulus checks. And I also think if there is only a single stimulus check, I think that it will not be less than $1,400. I think $1,400 is probably the minimum that the Democrats will pass for the fourth stimulus check. I think that $1,400 and $2,000 are the two most likely if they only do a single stimulus check. I think that's the worst case scenario. I think the best case scenario is that we do get some form of monthly stimulus payments, even if they're until the pandemic ends, and even at the best case scenario that the government declares the pandemic over. I get a lot of questions saying, well, how do they know when the pandemic's going to be over? And well, we don't at this point. But what'll happen is at some point in the future, hopefully this pandemic will end at some point. At some point in the future, when the pandemic is gone or mostly gone and the government has enough data, they will declare the pandemic over. They will end the state of emergency that the government is in. Because we're in a state of emergency, we can do extra things. We've seen a lot of presidential executive orders because we're in a state of emergency. So at some point, when the virus is gone enough or in the past enough, they will declare the pandemic over. That's what I mean by that. So if they pass monthly stimulus checks until the pandemic is over, probably the earliest the government will declare the pandemic over, the absolute earliest, is most likely the end of the year. So think December 31st at the absolute earliest. And that's if things all go perfectly as planned. If not, we could easily go well into next year. Remember, President Biden has only released the first part of the infrastructure package slash stimulus package at this point. That is the physical infrastructure. The second part of the bill will be the human infrastructure. That's likely where we will see a lot of these stimulus items, and even they can add this stimulus check in even up until right at the very end before they vote on it. That's exactly what happened in the second stimulus check. They added that second stimulus check in the package literally right before they voted on it. They added it in and then passed it a few days later. It wasn't in there to begin with. I think that's a very good possibility that what might be will happen with the fourth stimulus check, because the third one's still kind of close by. And I think the farther away we will get to it, that they will end up adding at least a single stimulus check in this next package. I think there's also going to be multiple other different things in there. I think the student loan forgiveness is going to be done through a presidential executive order and will be done through at least $10,000. A lot of Democrats are pushing for $50,000, including the Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer. And Bernie Sanders is pushing, I think there's a very good chance we could see Medicare and Medicaid expansion included in this infrastructure package. He wants to include hearing and dental coverage. So basically, you can go to the dentist, not have to pay anything, go to the hearing doctor and get hearing aids, all free of charge. Here is Bernie Sanders on the infrastructure package.
At the end of the day, everybody in America understands that our infrastructure, our roads and our bridges and our water systems and wastewater plants are falling apart. They need repair. They need to be rebuilt. And in the process, we create millions of good paying jobs in doing that. I think every Democrat understands that. I suspect every Republican understands that. And on top of that, we can create millions more jobs by transforming our energy system away from fossil fuel to energy efficiency and sustainable energy and lead the world in fighting climate change. Furthermore, I happen to believe that when you talk about infrastructure, Wolf, you got to be talking about human infrastructure. You have millions of Americans today who cannot afford to send their kids to college, who cannot afford health care, who are working at starvation wages, who cannot afford childcare. We are the wealthiest nation in the history of the world. And we have got to rebuild not only our physical infrastructure, but our human infrastructure. And one way that I think we have got to go forward is we have got to strengthen and expand Medicare. Today, Medicare does not cover dental care, does not cover hearing aids, eyeglasses. And in my view, we have got to understand those are healthcare needs for seniors, and we've got to expand Medicare to do that. And the way we pay for that, Wolf, is by demanding that Medicare negotiate prescription drug prices with the pharmaceutical industry, who are ripping us off outrageously. We pay by far the highest prices in the world for prescription drugs. Government can save $450 billion by negotiating drug prices for Medicare. And that's what we got to do. And with that money, we have to expand Medicare to cover dental, eyeglasses, and hearing.
Let me know your thoughts on that in the comments. Like I said, there's multiple different stimulus items that will likely be added into this bill before all is said and done. And they're also talking about free preschool and free community college for adults. That actually came directly from the White House. So that I think we'll end up likely seeing in the infrastructure package before all is said and done, likely in this human infrastructure. And remember, everything is up for negotiation. So they can add in anything literally up until right of the point up before passing it. We could end up seeing that $200 per month Social Security increase added, especially if we don't see monthly stimulus checks. I think if we see monthly stimulus checks, of $1,000 or $2,000 a month, I don't think they'll include the $200 per month Social Security in addition. That would be nice. We know our seniors and our elderly need it, and everybody else on Social Security, but I don't think we'll see both. I think we will see one or the other is a much higher chance than seeing both. And like I said, I expect at least a single stimulus check of at least $1,400 to be in this package before all is said and done. So let me know your thoughts. Don't miss out on any episodes because I will update you guys on different things, on different episodes, especially as the new news comes in. So remember, new episodes come out every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., 8 p.m., and 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't yet. It's completely free to do so. This way you won't miss out on new episodes. And then after subscribing, click the bell icon that appears to all notifications to get reminder notifications for all the videos per day except for the 11 p.m. video. You just got to remember to show up for that video. You can click this top video here to watch my newest stimulus check video next. And this video teaches you how to start your own business selling products on the Amazon FBA program, where I have had dozens and literally dozens of students replace their 9-to-5 income from selling products on Amazon, and I teach them how to do that. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.